In collaboration with Ombu Productions and the Quebec Breast Cancer Foundation, Gallery Gora of Montreal welcomes on June 15th the Canadian pianist Minna Re Shin, who will publicly present her most recent multidisciplinary project based on the four-movement work for piano solo by Canadian composer Alan Payette, Sonate Tableaux, which serves as the inspiration for the recording of a digital album and video. With us today, we have Minna Re Shin. Hi, Minna, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Sheila. Thank you for having me. Thank you again.
First, please introduce yourself and tell us how you came to be a musician.
Well, I'm a Montreal-born pianist. To make the story very short, when I was really, really young, I was suffering from a series of ailments, including pneumonia and asthma. So I was spending a lot of my time at home convalescing. My mom, who was actually learning piano at that time, she was taking it as a hobby. She would actually practice, and I would actually listen to her practice. So just out of curiosity, one evening, I decided, oh, this could be kind of interesting. I got up onto the piano bench, climbed really, on top of it because I was really, really small at that time, and started to play, the piano. And I guess, from that moment, my mom decided she's interested. So that initial seemingly, insignificant incident has became, the defining moment for, the start of my performing career.
Why did you become involved with the Breast Cancer Foundation?
Again, we all have stories. When I was working on this particular project, Sonate Tableaux, which is combined album and video project, a multidisciplinary project that is, just right, when we were preparing for production, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. From that moment, it was a question, of course, is whether I would be able to continue working on the project, not to mention, to resume my performing career because the treatment involves surgery and also radiotherapy. There was this big question that I had in mind because I don't know whether or not it will have a negative impact on the mobility and the strength of my upper extremities. Fortunately, surgery went well. Nothing was, seriously impacted. I was able to get back on my feet and to resume the project. Considering the fact, that particular experience that I've had with, breast cancer, I like to contribute back to society. And the reason why for this particular event, my launch event, net proceeds will benefit the Quebec Breast Cancer Foundation.
When and where will your current performance take place? Is there any cost?
Well, the launch event takes place on Wednesday, June 15th at the Gallery Gora in Montreal, which is located at 279 Sherbrooke Street West, Suite 205. The tickets are $48.77. That's including taxes and the service fees. Yeah, my entire team and I are, looking forward to this particular event.
What are the themes for the night, and where will you take us on your musical adventure?
So for this particular event, we're going to give a bit of an avant-goût of the actual entire project. I will be performing the first movement of the Sonate Tableaux, and it's a timeless narrative of human, experience, of, emotions. And the entire themes of the actual project revolves around beauty and the empowerment of women, the role of women in the performing arts world and the visual arts world. And also there's the interaction of, the different art forms. We will also be presenting the fourth movement, the music video. We have also, the collaboration of the other female artists who are involved in this particular project. Natalia Yeremik, she's the painter, Catherine Tupin, who's the ballet dancer, Laurence Castonguay-Emery, who's the mime artist. So you will see all of us on screen.
Maybe listen to some of your music?
Absolutely, yes.
This is Sonate Tableaux, Movement 1 on the New Spins Library. What is your recording history, and what other albums and projects should our listeners look for?
I mean, this is not my first album. I've actually done 3 in total. Well, 3 with Ombu Productions, actually. Piano Sonatas. That was my debut album, since I have a strong affinity for the composer Haydn. The other CD, Image and Ballade, focuses on the works of 2 Canadian composers, Jean Coutard from the West Coast and Anne Payette from Quebec. And of course, the Sonate Tableaux, which will be released on June 15th. But I mean, the most important project as of today is really the Sonate Tableaux, which of course combines the album and the music video. And it's been quite an ambitious and audacious project, and quite an interesting venture.
What was it like traveling Europe as a teenager?
It's an eye-opening experience. You're, of course, focused on the performance aspect. You do have sometimes a little bit of time to actually sightsee, but very often you're in the practice studio working and preparing. Of course, when you're a teenager, I mean, you're very young. So I was accompanied, of course, by my mom, who actually has, tremendous support, for whatever I do. So it's just learning, the traveling is definitely, one way of exploring, the rest of the world, to see different cultures, to obviously keep your eyes and mind open. And I think that has, greatly affected, my perspective of, of the world, of life in general.
Maybe here's some more of your music.
Great. Absolutely.
This is Sonate Tableaux Movement 4 on CKUT. If our listeners want some free listening time or to buy your music or event tickets, where should they go?
Well, for audio excerpts, you can always check my website at www.minnareshin.com. For the tickets for this event, I think the easiest route will go to the www.eventbrite.ca and then do a search of my name. That's Minna Re Shin. Minna spelled with two N's, MINNARESHIN.
Thank you for your interview today.
Well, thank you, Sheila, for having me. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be on your show.
You've been listening to Minna Re Shin speaking about a recent concert production. I'm your host, Sheila Ferrando.